Hello everybody and welcome to the next episode of The Curtain's Calling. This episode may contain scenes in very poor jazz hands, some terrible singing and the world's worst puns. Basically all the good stuff about Birkenhead Gang Show.
Welcome back to The Curtain's Calling. This week we're here with two of our new members of cast and excited to chat to them and see their thoughts on how the show's going so far. So we've got Eminem this week. Introduce yourselves, tell us who you are.
I'm Matthew. I recently joined Scouts and I've decided I want to do gang show.
I'm Michael. I recently joined Scouts and I did gang show because it gives me more confidence on stage.
Yeah, fantastic. So a great opportunity to do something a bit new. And so far in the rehearsals, I'd like to know, what have you found the most enjoyable? What have you enjoyed the most? And also, what have you found the most challenging?
I found the most challenging is probably remembering the words. But the most fun, got to agree on, is I think the singing.
Yeah, enjoying the singing? Yeah.
I personally think doing the actions of the Hagen Dogging is the most challenging. I think the funnest part is when we sing all together.
Yeah, fantastic. So it's really good, isn't it, when things start to come together. Initially it can be a bit rusty, no one quite knows what's going on.
It just looks like,
and then suddenly you kind of get these little breakthroughs, don't you, where things start to come together and it all just sounds...
And then closer to the date of the show, it gets
a bit more hectic.
Well,
good.
It probably will, but let's hope the show will actually be
let's hope.
a pretty smooth machine. So lots of the sketch rehearsals and dance rehearsals have started. Either of you two in any of the dance items this year?
No, I can't dance.
Right, okay, neither can I. I've got 2 left feet. So yeah, but great to see some of the more fine-tuned, smaller items of the show starting to come together. Hopefully you'll be seeing little previews of those coming in the next few weeks, and starting to enjoy the preparation for February along with us. About you two being in the show this year is you've managed, in your first show, you're in the senior cast, you found yourselves on the prestigious back row with a lot of people who've been in a lot of shows, a lot of experience. Yeah, some people have been doing this thing for what, 20, 30 years, so how's that for you?
I'm just like very excited that I'm on the back row because I think boosts my confidence.
Yeah.
It's just a lot better.
Just soaking it up a little bit, you know, being around these people who've done so many of them,
it's
enjoying
just,
it.
Like experience and stuff. Their experiences coming over to mine and stuff.
Yeah.
I think I'm kind of lucky because if I'm doing something I get it wrong, not many people are going to notice me in the back row, but also it's weird because loads of people talk about different shows that I've been to, and I'm on the back row, so they did loads of shows and I don't know what they're saying.
Yeah.
When the people, I think when they watch it, I normally look at people on the back row, so I think we actually stand out a little bit more. But if you get it wrong, nobody notices.
Yeah,
so
it's a nice bit of cover, but at the same time, you've also got like a place, and everything gets projected from the back, doesn't it? So it's an interesting challenge, but at the same time, it's a little bit of a shield, isn't it? And you can get away with some mistakes and things. So yeah, it's quite nice, especially early days when everyone makes a lot more mistakes.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. What's your favourite item from the gang shows past? Let's start with you, Steve.
From the recent gang shows, we all used to put one on before, the older men used to put one on before the finale, and I agree with my colleague here, the bees was very, very good. We enjoyed doing that one.
Excellent.
For me, it's got to be the infamous filler, Ya Poocher. When I was driving a bunch of our scouts up to Kielder Water, stopped off at a service station there, a guy I'd never seen before came over and said, "I remember you from Birkenhead Gang Show. You did your poocher." I still don't know who the hell it was.
Yeah, and your favourite item from gang shows past?
I mean, it's hard to choose that many, haven't they? 19.
Pick something.
The gnomes.
You're sticking with bees?
Remember the gnomes?
Gnomes was
good.
Yeah.
They're doing the fillers with well.
Yeah. Favourite item from gang shows past?
My favourite item has to be Singing in the Rain. It was magical, absolutely magical.
I think my favourite has to be one of the club items, which was Oliver. It was the first one that I directed as well, so obviously it was But I think the kids were really challenging. The audience then really got into it, which was so good.
What memory has stuck with you from your first show?
First show, 1965, when I was a kid. No, I wasn't. Can't remember that far back. I think from there was a song called Freedom, of which I was privileged to sing in the last show, which we took over to the Isle of Man. And that was the highlight, really, of my gang show. Yes, thoroughly enjoyed it. Yeah.
Brilliant.
Very good.
Yourself?
First show, well, if you've seen me, you know that I wear a sweatshirt that reads The Village Idiot. That's because I was actually cast as the Village Idiot in a sketch, The Two Dicks, Two Dick Turpins, and I was basically sitting in the pub being served by Paul Coleman, and one night particularly sticks in the mind because the lights went up way too early and we just had to act through as if the item had already started, and it hadn't.
Yourself?
And the thing that stuck with me from the first show I ever did in 1983 was the wonderful theatre in Borough Road that's no longer there, and the smell of the grease paint, and I still smell it now.
Yeah, we only do for the makeup.
And the camaraderie as well.
Very good.
Sorry.
My first memory has to be coming along to the auditions and laying eyes on my gang show wife.
Oh, stop it. What's your actual one?
My actual memory is actually being scared going onto stage for my first show. This is my memory.
My favourite memory from my first show was, it was actually quite special because we went down to London before my first show. So I was asked to sing One Moment in Time and lead the choral item. That was like